calling all my footy fans from all around the globe. Straight out of NYC, this is The Line Breaker.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Line Breaker. We're back. It's me, Pano. I'm joined by.
Dimitri, also known as Juicy.
We are actually not doing this in person today. We are actually doing this over Zoom. Um, yeah. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because I feel like it's pointless. Um, but yeah, we're out here chilling, doing our thing. It's been a lot of footy. It's been a lot of footy going on. Have you been able to catch anything?
A lot of footy to catch up on. Um, I would say the only thing I've been keeping up with consistently is my Barca team, being able to watch them, follow them. I know we just had an international break, which I did follow somewhat, but I was busy during the day, as you know. But I did follow two games very closely, and I know you know which two games.
Yeah, what were those games?
France, Belgium, and Greece, Ireland.
You know what? I also followed those games pretty closely. And let's just say you know, it's coming home to Athens. Nations League V, baby. No?
Do
No,
you
you don't
think,
think
do you
so?
think, okay, I'm gonna ask you this question. Do you think that Ioannidis is the best Greek player currently?
Um, how's he doing in the Greek league right now?
Well, I know Panathinaikos is struggling a little bit. I think they dropped two games. They dropped points in their first three or four games of the season.
It
But
says he doesn't even have a goal in the league yet.
yeah, but he's playing. He has two appearances.
Yeah, but still. Well, he has four appearances in Europe and he has one goal only.
Yeah, in qualifiers. But those were against big clubs, you know, Ajax and Lens. Ajax in Europa League, Lens in Conference League.
I'm excited for him to score a hat trick on October 24th against Chelsea.
Oh, just so all you Chelsea fans know, he said it.
Yeah, no, it's happening. What did I tell you? The moment that that plane lands in Athens and they step foot into Oaxaca, I'm green, baby.
You and wow, you really turning your back on Chelsea like that very quick.
The motherland over everything.
So yeah, but you think he's the best Greek player currently?
Mm, that's tough. That's a tough one. Uh, yeah. Oh wait, but it Pavlidis has to be scoring right now too. I know he's not doing it on the international stage, but he's got to be scoring for Benfica. I I could have sworn. Oh, he only has one goal. Okay, yeah. Ioannidis is the most informed Greek player right now. Why? What would you say?
I agree with that. I brought it up to somebody else and they kind of disagreed. But I won't mention any names. I won't give them any fame,
Who
clout.
who who did they say was?
I don't know if they gave an answer. I think I just asked and they said no. I don't remember if they gave an answer. So I don't want to spread misinformation.
Does this person have a huh? Does this person have the same first name as Samaris?
I'm not gonna rat my boy out.
Oh man, what a start to this one. We just talking about Greece. When is the last time we spoke this much about Greece?
When they let us down against Georgia to
Oh, that's very
qualify
true.
for the Euros.
That's very true. That is very true. Um,
Except now it's on a better note.
well, on another note, Greece is 2-0. Greece is 2-0. We know that. They're doing good, but they play almighty England. Southgate-less England, mind you. I don't really know if we should be happy or sad that Southgate isn't the coach anymore. I've gone back and forth. Like on one hand, I feel like we should be happy because he's very pragmatic, so like probably would have made it tough for us. But on the other hand, we should be sad.
Why gonna be sad?
Southgate's a bum. So I don't know. I don't know. That one's a tough one. But Greece is 2-0. International break is over. You told me that you watched another game. You saw France Belgium. How was that game?
Um, think France didn't really go out with their strongest lineup. Mbappe was on the bench, Griezmann off the bench, but as always, they're very deep. A lot of players that they can pull from. Gunde holding it down, just Mr. Consistent over there, and they were able to get the goals they needed. But Belgium was dangerous at times. Belgium was dangerous. It wasn't like a walkthrough for France. So De Bruyne definitely had a couple chances in the second half to put one in, but just all off target for the most part. Most of them off target.
Yeah. I mean, look, when we're doing international stuff, I mean, we've said pretty often now we hate international footy.
Yeah, it just kills the vibe to the season. It's very weird. You got to catch teams at right times. It's very weird.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure our episode titled "We Hate International Footy" is our most downloaded episode ever. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure it is. Which means that a lot of people must agree with us, right?
Or they're hate watching, hate listening.
They could be hate listening too. You know me, I'm big on the hate watching. I'm a big hate watcher.
But yeah, I think club footy is where it's at, and I'm glad it's coming back this weekend. Also, it's coming back in a week
What?
or within the week, in a week.
What's that?
Champions League footy. We are
I
back.
don't know what that is, bro. I'm gonna be watching Conference League. Bro, I gotta go to Athens on October 24th.
You guys are gonna
Chelsea
be
versus Panathinaikos at Oaxaca.
crazy how you just
You trying to pull up?
sell out Chelsea.
You trying to pull up?
So I'm not pulling up to that. My
Wait, wait, wait.
original 21 fellows are not going to accept me.
Don't worry. Nobody. I promise I won't post anything on Twitter about you being there to rat
Yeah,
you
yeah,
out to the
yeah.
Ike
Yeah.
fan base.
You can't be trusted.
Yo, I don't know. You Ike guys. I see you at Stanford Bridge. I sniped you. You ever see the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he starts whistling, he's like, and then he like points? I can't whistle, so
Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you see that one? Yeah, yeah. That was me when I was watching Chelsea Crystal Palace, and I see a wild Panayotis Kone. For those of you who don't know, Panayotis Kone is he's currently the executive director of AEK Athens, but he's formerly a player for the Greek national team. He was actually on that 2014 team that made it to the round of 16 in the World Cup. He retired pretty early. Now he's the executive director of AEK. He was there um to try and get David Datra Fofana to AEK. He was at Stamford Bridge, and I saw him. I was like, wait, what is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? And but really, there was two polar bears, and one actually was the size of a polar bear because Marinakis was there. The Nottingham Forest, the Nottingham Forest owner was there. So, it was crazy. It was crazy. Both of them, and in between them was like some other agent. Now there's conflicting reports. Maybe it wasn't the agent of Gyökeres. Maybe it was actually the agent of Caicedo. But I don't know. I'm going back and forth on that one. And Nico Jackson apparently, maybe, I don't know. They both look alike, but whatever. Regardless, I digress. Yeah, I see those IAC directors from everywhere. But I don't know how we got on IAC. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna rat on you. Don't worry. Let's go. Let's go to Athens. October 24th. You ever go to Greece in the fall?
No.
You want to?
Not for a Panatha game, but
What do you I can't the temperature can't be that hot or cold, right? Greece, Athens,
no, it's probably good. Probably good around that time.
Athens in October temperature. I would say this is the one good thing about Zoom is that like you could just kind of see exactly what I'm typing. 74, I'll take that.
It's nice weather.
That's good weather. Athens is usually a heat wave, so I'll take 74. Yo, let's go. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Let's look up tickets. I already looked up tickets. I think it was like 600. That's not terrible. Considering how much we got to pay usually to go to Greece in the summer, that's not terrible. It's like a third of the price. How much did you pay for your tickets?
It was up there.
Well, why don't you want to say it? Don't worry. The maybe some of the people want to go to Greece. So how
I
do you give them
can't.
a ballpark?
That's different. It's different for everybody. If you're an EU country and you're an EU citizen, for example, it's a lot cheaper.
Well, our friends in Brussels are gonna take, Norse or Ryanair, so or something easy. They'll do a quick, or maybe they'll take the train. Actually, I don't know. That's not feasible, right? Probably not. But don't worry, tell the people. Don't I won't tell them that you paid for the trip with your line breaker money.
The line breaker money.
Yeah.
What money?
Oh man. This is good. This is good. All right, so enough about the Conference League, because Bono, shut up. Let's talk about the Champions League. It is coming up next week. Game week one. What game you excited for?
You gotta be excited for that Barca game.
And who are Barca playing? Tell me.
They're away to Monaco. It's gonna be a solid game. We're gonna see Lamine Yamal after doing everything he's done with the national team, coming back. He really burst onto the scene late last year, even though he had a ton of games under his belt. I think later on in the year when they got somewhat deeper into the Champions League, everyone started noticing how good of a player Lamine Yamal was, especially in the Napoli and PSG ties, and then obviously what he did with Spain. So I think now people are expecting big things from him, and so am I. And ever since Danny Olmo joined and he's been playing, he's been contributing goals. The attack has been just straight fire, looking dangerous. Rafinha's been flying, and with these players just roaming around doing their thing, I think Lewandowski's been having a great time himself, and he's just been putting some balls in the back of the net. So it's gonna be very interesting to see, and Barca's starting to get some bodies back from injury, so should be good.
I'm gonna give you one matchup that historically sounds like way more fun than what you just said, and then one matchup that I think is gonna be better than the other one. So
Let's hear it.
historically, game week one, we got Milan versus Liverpool. First match. Milan versus Liverpool. Milan's not doing so great right now in the league, and my thoughts on Serie A clubs. And obviously Liverpool has been playing very well under Arne Slot. So I think it's going to be a pretty routine win for
Oh,
Liverpool, but
I just wanna
shades
I
of.
just wanna add. I just wanna add because it's new this year.
Hmm.
Um, just so our viewers aren't a little confused, there are Champions League fixtures because it's expanded. The Champions League has expanded. There are Champions League fixtures from Tuesday through Thursday.
Oh, so people could play in the Champions League on Thursdays?
Yes, there's a so the Champions League kicks off Tuesday, September 17th,
Oh, I see that.
and it runs until September 19th for the first game. So
That's
just
crazy.
giving everybody a little heads up. It's not just Tuesday and Wednesday anymore.
So now I can't even make jokes about playing on Thursdays, or people can't make jokes to me
You could
about
you could
playing on
make jokes
Thursdays.
about playing on a farm.
That's true. Well, dude, Chelsea. Oh, when we get to that, I'll tell you. But bro, Chelsea, they play Astana, who's in Kazakhstan, but their stadium's being like renovated, so they have to play somewhere that's like right by the Chinese border. I don't know, it's crazy, bro. It's like almost Mongolia or something. It's crazy. I gotta show it to you. It's
Uh,
like, and apparently the temperatures are gonna be like negative, I think, or like 2 degrees Celsius maybe. Bro, it's a mess. It's a mess. Um, did
now
we do
now
did we do a Champions League draw preview?
no no.
We got to do that, right?
But I don't know if you could preview it because everyone has a different schedule
Oh, that's true. That is
with
true.
the new format. But you did say the most exciting matchup the first week is
Well, Milan Liverpool historically is a cool matchup. Obviously, you got
the history of the final.
yeah, the history of the 2005 final in Constantinople, and um you know, we also got it's a historical matchup. And then
What
obviously the rematch where Milan won it in 2007. Um, right? Because I think Milan Champions League 2007. Pretty sure that they beat Liverpool. They did beat Liverpool. Yes, yes, yes. And that was in Athens, I think. Yeah, it was a Oaka, baby. It is Oaka, right? Or is it just the Olympic Stadium? No, this is Oaka. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, what are the odds? The
so
magic of 2007, the magic
I
of October 24th.
I have a different question for you now.
Yeah, what's that?
Not it's not the matchup that pops out to you, but what fixture in the first game for the Champions League do you think is going to be the most exciting? Something that isn't like what people are expecting.
The thing that I was going to tell you about, PSG versus Girona. That was the one that I was going to tell you about.
I wasn't going to say that was going to be the most exciting, but I do have my eye on Girona to see how they do playing in the Champions League this season.
They've only reinforced. They haven't really sold. Or actually, no, they actually that's not true.
They did lose
They
a couple pieces
they
to
sold Garcia to Leverkusen. I remember Alex Garcia.
they also had loans being like that the
Oh,
players
they
went back.
lost
Eric
Savinho, right?
Garcia Eric
Yeah,
Garcia went back to Barca. I think there's another player too.
yeah, no, they lost Savinho to Man City.
Yes, yes, yes. But I'm saying there was like other players that were loaned out as well.
You couldn't talk while I went to go get my water? Damn.
I'm looking at the fixtures. What team are you most excited about? What team are you looking forward to watching?
I think Hirona was up there. I mean, they sold a lot of their guys now, but Stuttgart would have been cool. Stuttgart definitely would have been a cool one. Um, hmm. Guys who made cool moves. Leipzig. I'm excited for Leipzig. I think Leipzig is going to be really good this year. I think that they're going to be really good in the Bundesliga too. They made
You
some
know,
big moves in the summer. I think they have a good squad, and me personally, I think Stuttgart's going to fall off. I think Leverkusen's still going to be strong, but not as strong. And I think Dortmund is still going to kind of be like, eh. I think sneaky Leipzig.
they were in the final last year. What do you mean still?
Well, in the league,
Oh,
well, actually, no, I can't use that as a cop out. I was thinking the league, but I didn't say it, so I need to communicate that better. Um, I mean, I don't know. I know they made it to the final, but let's be real now. They made it to the final in the same way that that Inter made it to the final the year before.
listen.
They didn't have the strongest.
Sometimes you need a lucky draw and just beat whoever's in front of you.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah. Well, I guess I should say Leverkusen. I'm excited to see. Right? They haven't really lost anyone. I'm ex I'm
Interesting.
intrigued. I'm intrigued to see Leverkusen because let's see um if Xavi Alonso's second season still goes well. Let's see how his tactics hold up in the Champions League against better opponents. So, I said Girona, Leipzig, and Leverkusen. I know a lot of Bundesliga action in there. I'm not excited to see the English teams. Forget about them, man. Liverpool, whatever. City, whatever. Who else is in here? Oh, Aston Villa. Come on, bro. Come on.
That might be an interesting watch, though. It might
Look,
be an interesting
they've
watch.
bought a lot. They spent a lot of money this summer.
Yeah,
They got no, no. They were gonna get Felix. They're gonna spend money on him. So
that's gonna be an interesting watch. You can't hate on them. I get the big teams not being excited for because you probably know that they're probably gonna get out of the group most likely or qualify and then take it from there. But yeah,
you would
Aston
think.
Aston Villa is just one of those teams where could get really interesting.
I'm intrigued to see Juventus how they hold up. I believe this would mean Juventus back in the Champions League, right? Back in Europe, because didn't they weren't they off last year completely?
Um,
I believe they didn't participate at all in Europe last year.
no, I don't remember them being in Europe.
Yeah, I think they forfeited their opportunity to play in Europe. I want to say they did. Um, so yeah, so it'll be intriguing them with Thiago Motta, obviously. That'll be very interesting. Um, so yeah, I mean, look, so far it's gonna be a good Champions League, but I mean, it who are your favorites? Who are you most looking forward to?
Outside of Barca, I'm obviously intrigued by Girona.
Hmm.
Aston Villa is a good shout because they're newcomers, and I mean that in like they haven't been in the Champions League for forever. That's what I mean by newcomers.
But they have won a
Um,
Champions League.
yes, I'm aware. That's why I had to clarify. But it's been a while since they've been back in the competition, so it should be very exciting to see them, see Big Emmy. And did I say Leverkusen? I think mostly I'm just excited about the newcomers who had great seasons last year. So
I agree. I agree.
Aston Villa, Girona, and Leverkusen. But I do think that Atalanta Arsenal game is going to be a firecracker. I think you're going to see a lot of goals in that game.
And hopefully
Oh, here we
it
go.
ends up
Hopefully,
with Atalanta being on the winning side. We
do you
haven't.
think it matters since it's a new format and instead of 6 games before the knockout stages, it's 8 games. Do you think it matters a lot, a little, or not at all that teams have certain matchups at home and certain matchups away? Because I feel like playing in the winter or like when it gets a little colder at Red Star Belgrade might be a little tougher than if you're hosting them or playing them earlier, depending on how the schedule works out. I feel like going into some stadiums, it's a very tough environment, and I feel like depending on who you get home and away, kind of benefits you or hurts you. For example, I think Barca plays Bayern at home.
Mhm.
I think away Barca was losing off the rip, but now that they're home hosting Bayern, I think they can muster out a result. But we do have to go to Dortmund, so gonna be in front of the yellow wall.
Here's my thing. Just looking, I mean, you see my screen, right?
Yeah,
This is crazy. It's a table of 36 teams. Like, this is crazy. But here's what I'm interested in. Arsenal Champions League schedule. This is what I'm interested in. Because you remember something called the European Super League?
yes,
Do you remember that? Yeah, yeah. You're a smart guy. You remember that. So, the European Super League, obviously, they created it, whatever, and then UEFA tried to stop it. I mean, yeah, okay. I guess Arsenal doesn't have like the toughest matches in here, but like, aside from the fact that these teams qualified, like they're basically just doing the Super League format, just with Champions League teams. It's the same
yeah.
thing. I mean, look, they play. I would say the strong teams they play Girona, Inter, if you want to call them strong, and PSG and Atalanta, I guess. But like, do you really want to call Atalanta strong? I don't. They're a good team, obviously, Europa League finalists, but still.
They won the Europa League.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot they won. Oh my gosh. Adamola Lookman hat trick. I remember. I remember.
They kept Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen from going invincible throughout the whole season.
Yup. Correct. Correct. So the schedule, it's not. I don't know. It's not that strong. This is Arsenal. I wonder if there's people who. Well, it goes by the pot, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so you draw 2 teams from pot one, 2 teams from pot two, two from C, and then D. Um, I think City got a very easy draw. I think their pot A teams aren't that great. Pot B, same thing. But you know who has a very, very tough draw?
Barcelona.
Look at that PSG. Look at that PSG Champions League draw.
Well, look at Barca has to play Dortmund, Atalanta, Bayern.
It's a little tough. It's a little tough. We do play two German giants, but
Now,
PSG is
let me see
great.
this. Oh, they call them Paris. Girona, Arsenal, PSV, Atleti, uh,
Fine.
München, Salzburg. I don't know.
Keep going.
City, Stuttgart. That's all, bro. Those are all good teams.
Yep. No,
That's wild.
no real easy games for them. They got a tough Champions League schedule.
Oh man. Yeah. I guess in 9 minutes we'll have our break for our sponsors. Do you see this?
Yeah. But I mean, think
Uh,
about it. You're playing Bayern City. I think
yeah,
yeah, like that's two of the worst teams you could have drawn from Pot A.
that schedule's beastie.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
a it's
what
a
is this?
tough
Oh,
schedule.
oh, look at this. Yo. Oh, let's go. See this? 3 years ago, baby. Actually, no, not three. 2 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. That was 2 years ago, man. We were bossing Real Madrid at the Bernabeu 2 years ago. And it wasn't for a lucky Modric Trivela pass to Rodrigo. Things could have been different, man. That would have been two in a row. I'm telling you I'm telling you, two in a row. We going repeat that year. We are repeating that year. I'm telling you right now. That Trivela pass to Rodrigo goal doesn't go in. It's a repeat for Chelsea.
Who would you guys have played in the final?
Was it Liverpool? I think it was Liverpool. Bro, it's done. Dunzo. Liverpool, come on now. Dunzo for them. I don't know who we would have played in the semis, but whatever. I digress. Wait, did we basically just do a Champions League recap right now? We kind of did.
Kind of did. That's where the conversation took us.
This might be the most casual of casual footy talks that we've done.
We went from talking about Greece and international footy to the Champions League.
I was trying to get you to buy tickets.
That too.
Oh man, we were talking about polar bears in Arlington, Texas too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so should we talk about Europa League or we don't care about that? Just Conference League.
Wait, what? You're gonna skip the Europa League to talk about the Conference League?
Well, yeah, that's more important.
Oh, oh man.
I mean, don't you agree?
Well, just to let our viewers know, three Greek teams in Europe, three Cypriot teams in Europe. The only team in not the only team, sorry. Two teams in the Europa League, Olympiacos and PAOK. Conference League, Panathinaikos. And then the Cypriot teams are all in the Conference League, Apoel, Omonia, and Paphos. So
And
well
there's
represented in the European tournaments.
and there's only one Greek team who failed to make it into Europe, even though
Yeah,
they
we're
qualified
gonna
for it.
skip that. We're gonna skip that. We're not talking about
What
misses.
was
We're
the
talking
name of that
about teams
team?
in the tournament. Um, so yeah, what do you think? What are your expectations if you wanna since you're looking at the Europa League schedule? What are your expectations? Do you think the Greek teams can get out?
Honestly, I haven't seen their schedules, but you gotta like their chances, right?
You would think.
Have you seen the schedules yet for Pau Olympiacos?
I did see it, but I forgot. I think PAOK has a tough draw, if I'm not
Let's see.
mistaken.
It's
Olympiacos benefits from having a high club coefficient, so they were in like a higher pot.
Lyon, who honestly, bro, they're not the Lyon of years past. They're not that great. Braga, Malmo, Rangers. I believe this is the rebranded Steaua Bucharest. I think this is FC Steaua Bucuresti, right? Gotta be right. I must be. Um, yeah, Bucharest, yeah. Okay. Twente, Porto, Karabag? Oh man, they gotta go to Azerbaijan.
No,
Oof.
they're playing Greece.
Oh, never mind. Oh, the Azerbaijanis gotta come here. Hey, how you
That's what I'm
doing?
saying. It does benefit if you're playing home and away. They do have to go to Portugal though, which is tough.
Yeah, but Porto is not the same Porto. Porto's not the
That's what I'm
best
saying.
team in Portugal.
That's what I'm saying. Olympiacos' schedule, I think they can. Every team that they play is beatable.
That's true. This is not a bad draw.
Yeah. If you look at Box, it gets very tough.
All right, let me see Bach. Do they have an English team in there? They must, right?
They might. I don't really remember.
Why is it showing up like this? This is
Matches?
annoying.
Click matches.
Oh,
They have Man U.
wow. They have to go to Galatasaray. First match. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. That's not great. Victor Osimhen, Galatasaray now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. But then, okay, Bucharest comes to them. Pilsen comes to them. They have to play at Old Trafford. Oof. RFS. Oh, is this? Oh, what team is this? Are they Lithuanian? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, Latvian. I knew this. Um, so you know how obviously I went to North Carolina for work?
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the guys who I met there, he used to play in like the youth national teams Latvia, and he was just telling me he didn't play for this team, RFS, he played for Riga, which is another team in Latvia. But I heard of that. That's how I knew. But anyway, that's aside. Ferencváros, okay, so the Hungarians have to come to them. A little homecoming for Christos Zafiris, Slavia Praha, and Sociedad. That's not terrible. Actually, no, it's kind
That's
of bad.
pretty
It's kind of bad.
terrible.
No, Galatasaray, Man U, and maybe Sociedad.
I think they're gonna have a tough time with Ferencváros and Slavia Praha too, and Victoria Pleasant.
I think they got it. They got it.
Nah, I don't know. Those are tough.
They got it. They got it. They're gonna get a result in Turkey too.
You're setting the bar too high, and then when the time comes, you're gonna be very disappointed. I'm gonna be getting rage texts from you in the middle of the day.
I'm not gonna get rate. Well, I'm not a PAOK fan, so and I'm not an Olympiacos fan either.
Yeah, but you like to rage.
I don't know about all that. Yeah. Well, this Europa League would have been nice for Chelsea, but Man U decided to win the FA Cup. Ooh. This is crazy. Any good teams in this? Where's the groups?
There's
Why?
no groups.
What year is this? Oh, this is 23, 24. No, I want to see the whole table. Oh, there we go. That's crazy. Is this an order of coefficient? It must be, right? Yeah. That's not bad. Hmm. All right. Well, it's pretty good. Ah. Who do you think? Who is winning Europa League?
Oh, just so our viewers know, teams can drop down from competition. So you
Correct.
can't have Champions League teams that finish in a certain place, drop down to Europa League. So whoever's in the competition is either in or out. Once they get eliminated, they're done. So looking at the Europa League, I think the winner of this year's Europa League, man, this is tough. There's a lot of teams to choose from. But you know what? I think it's a little different this time around. I'm gonna go for the special one.
No way.
Yeah, I think he's pulling it off. I think he's pulling it off.
With Fenerbahce.
Oh, sorry. I'm bugging. Sorry.
You thought he was still on Roma?
Yeah.
He
I
got
blanked.
fired.
I blanked.
You think Roma is gonna win the Europa League?
No, I blanked. I thought he was still there. I blanked.
Oh, so does that change your answer now?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
You have to have gotta have a manager at the
Now he's gonna be like, menu.
dude. Tottenham. Is there a trophy coming to Tottenham to that cabinet?
It's an empty cabinet.
This is tough. Who do you have winning?
Menu.
I don't know. Oh, this is so. I'm gonna say Ajax.
That's not a bad shot either. I would like for Ajax to win. How about that? If I were to pick a team who I'd want to out of that pot one, definitely Ajax.
I think Ajax is gonna pull it off. think this funky format's going to benefit them.
I hope so, because I don't want Man U winning it, and I don't want Tottenham winning it. But I want them both to go far. I hope the English teams do well because obviously, as you know, for the coefficients, higher or the better the English teams do, the more likely it is that they could potentially get that fifth Champions League slot, which would be very important for a certain blue team from London. But we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see. Um, so yeah, like we said, I would love for Ajax to win, but my head is going Man U for this one. Although I think Tottenham is probably better than them, but that's a whole conversation for another day.
Yeah, but they're allergic to trophies, that club.
That's true. That's true. That's part of why I'm saying it. Honestly, though, this is a very weak Europa League. Tell me not. I feel like this is weaker than in previous years.
Well, listen, every tournament has grown from 32 teams to 36 teams, and I think the Conference League might have been even smaller than 32 teams if I
Yeah, it's
remember
smaller.
correctly.
Smaller, I think.
But
Yeah.
I think now it's 36 teams as well, same format, and yeah, I feel like those top teams were able to get into the Champions League, and you don't have that many. It's not like really top heavy. I think it's more open this year than in previous years. And you also don't have the teams from the Champions League dropping down.
This is true. Very true. Um, that's actually a good point. That might be why it looks weaker. Um, but do you have anything else to say about the Europa League?
Nope. That's about it.
All right. All right. So I guess we'll move
But
on.
now I'm gonna let you go because I have to go, and I'll let you take over this segment because I think you know all about this segment and you're very familiar with the teams in here. So
Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. You're real funny, huh? All right. So you're a real comedian, aren't you? You're a real
uh,
comedian.
what I've been told.
So yeah, we got the Europa Conference League.
Who do you think is gonna win this competition? Just to start off.
Fiorentina.
Oh, do you think they're gonna go? I think what 3 consecutive finals, and this time's gonna be the time they win it.
Yes.
Oh, I think you're crazy.
No way.
Nope.
Come on. Ghent. Copenhagen.
Nope.
Who do you think is gonna win?
Oh,
Who?
hmm. This I didn't say anybody yet. I'm thinking it's not gonna be Chelsea. I could see them going out because they're not gonna be sending their first team
They're not
late
gonna be
into
sending
the
their
tournament.
best.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not gonna be sending.
Um. Wow. This is a wide open.
They're gonna be sending their academy products, their bench players.
I want to say Real Betis, but I don't trust them. Hmm. This is like kind of wide open. You know what? I'm gonna stick with Real Betis. It's gonna be my team.
All right, Real Betis. Real
I think they're
Betis it
gonna be the
is.
team to pull it off.
All right. I'm gonna go with Fiorentina.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I'm gonna say like Chelsea losing like the semifinals because they're just messing around.
Wow, surprised you didn't say your boys though.
Who Panathinaikos?
Yeah.
I hope that they make it far. For Greece's sake, I hope that they make it far. I think it's advantageous for honestly, I think it would have been more advantageous if more Greek teams were in this competition.
Oh man.
Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree.
Because I mean, I feel like more likely to get wins, so then it would have been more likely to get points for the coefficients. But look, you got your boys Apoel Omonia in this competition as well as Paphos FC. And then we have the Greek team Panathinaikos. So a lot of Hellenic representation in this competition.
Yes.
Ultimately, though, it's basically going to be decided between Betis, Fiorentina, Copenhagen, Ghent, Chelsea. It's going to be one of those teams. Heidenheim, obviously, you know, an interesting, fun little team to be in the competition. But yeah, I think this competition is one of the more boring ones. But let me tell you while we're on this
Boring,
topic now.
boring in what way? I think it's exciting that it's more open because I don't think those top clubs are gonna be like sending their best teams out there when they're in the middle of their season and they're fighting for like Champions League spots, let's say.
That's true. That's a good point.
Because what was it? Who was in the Conference League last year that we thought was gonna? Wasn't it Liverpool and they got killed in like the quarterfinals?
No. Aston Villa got destroyed by Olympiacos.
Liverpool was in the Europa League and they got killed by bums.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, but Aston Villa got
Destroyed by Olympiacos.
yeah, got
Like
embarrassed.
embarrassed, and they were embarrassed. Like it wasn't even like an upset, like oh my god, an insane, whatever. It was like no, they got embarrassed. It wasn't
Yeah,
even.
that's what I'm saying though. Some of these top clubs, when push comes to shove and it's late in the year and they're fighting for, Champions League spots or wherever they are in the season, they might be willing just to like say whatever to this competition because as we both know, there's not a lot of money in this in the conference league. So some of these top clubs are basically losing money just going.
That's true. A part of me in my head though, I feel like this Chelsea team can't afford not to take any trophies seriously, just because like I feel like that's a young squad that kind of needs to win a trophy together just to like get that that taste, kind of like like they got to get that taste of victory of a trophy to
Yeah.
keep them wanting more. But I don't know. I'm less than optimistic. And speaking of optimism, you see my screen right now. I mentioned to you earlier in the episode about this nightmare fixture with Astana. So they moved. It was moved over 700 miles. It's so let me tell you exactly. The Blues were scheduled to fly to Kazakhstan in December. Oh, that's where they are. They're not. Where did I say? Did I say they were Kazakh? What did I say they
Yeah,
were?
yeah. You said Kazakhstan, and they're gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah. Okay,
playing
so I
near
said they're Kazakh.
the Chinese border. You said.
Yeah, so they were supposed to play in Kazakhstan, but Astana Stadium is being renovated and it's not going to be ready in time apparently for UEFA standards, even though it's going to have a roof, their new stadium, I think, or it has a roof. And now it's closer to the Chinese border. Just crazy. Okay. On the Kyrgyzstan border, which is just 250 miles from China. Enzo Maresca's side will make the long haul trip to the Almaty Ortalyk Stadion in Almaty on the Kyrgyzstan border, just 250 miles from China. Let's look up what this is. What is this stadium? Almaty Stadion. Where is this in Kyrgyzstan? This
No, probably in Kazakhstan.
Oh, it is Kazakhstan.
Yeah,
Okay.
the capital is Almaty in Kazakhstan. No,
Oh, you knew that? Of course, what from Bold and Bankrupt? Has he been there?
I, I just know that.
You just know that?
Yeah, I'm a smart kid. I pay attention in school, unlike you.
That's something I would know.
You were skipping class to make out with girls behind the bins.
Don't say stuff like that. This is not true. This is not true. Google Maps. Let's do this. The Almaty Stadium, Stamford Bridge. Oh my gosh. Let's see this.
What is
Oh my,
whoa, a 9.5 hour flight?
it's a 9.5 hour flight. Oh my gosh. This
Wait,
is
they can't. Looking at the route that you have up, I don't think they could take that route because they're flying over Ukraine.
oh God.
They're gonna have to take a
What
connecting
is
flight or
this?
what?
What is this? Oh
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to take a connecting flight or something. They're gonna have to make a stop somewhere.
yeah, the direct route doesn't it doesn't look it looks a little problematic, right?
Yeah, I don't think that. I think it's gonna take more than the 9.5 hours if you include the stop somewhere. I don't know if they're gonna fly direct.
Oh, I gotta post this on Twitter, man. This is funny. I gotta post this on Twitter and be like, just just clocked the trip that the Chelsea team has to make for this trip. And I feel like it's gonna take 9.5 hours if you look at where they have to fly over. That's Russia, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So we're currently looking at a map of Ukraine and Russia, and the flight path that Google is giving us, which we don't believe and doubt that it will actually be the route for the team.
So do commercial flights just like not fly over Ukraine and Russia?
Yeah, yeah, they don't. Well, no, I think Russia they do, but I don't think it's like close to the fighting.
This looks
But
like it's pretty close to the fighting.
yeah, it's over Ukraine. So yeah, that's not going to be the flight.
Bro, what a flight. Belarus, Ukraine. This isn't even Europe. What are we doing here? Do you see this?
Listen, it's not my issue. It's not
That's not any better though. Astana's not much better.
listen, it's not my issue. It's not Barca's issue. This is your Chelsea's issue.
See, I think this is the part where I kind of wish we had the recording because if you could see my face right now, I'd be like, "Yo, what is going on?" That's crazy. Well, on that note, all right. So, what a trip. What a trip. What a Euro trip. And you're telling me you have an issue with us just going here? It's a nice sunny Athens? Come on, man.
You could go. I'm not going.
Whatever. All right. Well, that's the Conference League. Just Conference League things.
Yep.
Do you have anything else to say?
Nope. Nothing else to add.
I think that just killed the vibe of our casual footy talk, just looking at a
I
nine
think
and a half.
you're upset. I'm actually kind of excited.
No,
I think you guys dropped points here.
I'm sure you are.
I think you guys drop points. You guys can.
I think they should forfeit the match.
You guys should save this. Chelsea will drop points when they go to Kazakhstan.
Can
You
they
heard it here
forfeit the
first.
match? Didn't Tottenham forfeit a match under Conte in the Conference League?
Oh, I think so. They missed a game, and instead of replaying it, they just took the L, and I don't think they got out of the group.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, they didn't get out of the group because of it.
What a Spurs thing to do. I think they should forfeit this game.
Yeah, because of the COVID outbreak at the time within the Tottenham squad.
Yeah, I remember. But I'm saying I think Chelsea should forfeit this game.
Wow. You have anything else to add besides that?
No, I'm gobsmacked right now. I don't even know what else to say, man. Oh, is FC Noah the team that Ajax lost to?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Wait. Okay, before we go, you went to a Conference League game this summer. You went to Greece. That's why we weren't recording, by the way, guys. We weren't recording because Dimitri was selfish and he left me and he went to Greece. So that's why. But while he was there, he got to see a Conference League qualification match between AEK Athens and FC Noah of Armenia. Now, we don't have to necessarily talk about how the match went from a score standpoint, but tell me about your experience there.
Um, I think the experience was great, and it's something that we're not used to here as American fans, no matter what sport we go to. Um, albeit so everyone knows, because it was a Conference League game, the stadium wasn't packed, it wasn't sold out. Usually, Champions League qualifiers sell out, or if you're playing like a big team in the Europa League or Conference League, you might sell out the stadium. For example, Panathinaikos sold out their stadium against Ajax and Lens in their Europa League qualifier and Conference League qualifier. But in this case, because FC Noah isn't a big club and it was a Conference League game, it wasn't sold out. But the atmosphere was still great. You still had the riot police outside the stadium. It was very interesting, something you don't see in America, just having riot police around the stadium. A lot of cops. It was a little difficult to get in, but a beautiful looking stadium, beautiful like area neighborhood where it is. It's very it's like an Ike hideout, I would say. Not hideout, but it's like a base, an Ike base.
What's
So something very cool and very like club themed. If you ever go around one of these European stadiums, like Ike themed graffiti, this and that, it's like an actual base. But yeah, great looking stadium, best looking stadium in Greece. And atmosphere was great. I had a great time at the game, albeit, we didn't advance to the next stage. But they did win the match.
They just didn't win the war.
Yep.
Is this your first ever European match?
Second.
Second? Oh, because you went for Apollon, right?
I went years back to an Apollon Lemesaw Europa League qualifier where they played a Belarusian team.
I remember that, actually. That's where you got the jersey, right?
No, I got that from the team store a few years later.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Um, hmm. That's
Yep,
pretty
I
cool.
went to Apollon, I went to Ike. Now next stop is the Camp Nou. I'll see you there.
We'll have to go together. No, 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 it's okay. You could go yourself. I know you got cooler people that you could go with than me. Go to Barcelona. I might have to go to the Girona Stadium. The Etihad ground, whatever it's probably called. It's got. I wonder what it's called. I wonder what it's called. I'm gonna leave this tab open. I gotta take a screenshot of that. I gotta post that on Twitter. Girona Stadium. What is this thing called? Yeah, it's the Etihad Stadium. If it's 14,000, that's it. This is sports washing. Anyway, that's dope though. That's really cool. Obviously, all jokes aside, I'm happy you got to go. Seemed like a great time. Probably could have went with better people, maybe people who are better luck charms for the match, but what are you gonna do? You went with a human jinx, so I don't know what you expected, but
Wow, he's gonna be very upset if he listens to this whole
he's catching strays right now in the
podcast.
episode. He's the same guy you were talking about before, right? He is. He
Full
is.
circle.
All right. So do you want to say anything else about your trip to the Op Arena? By the way, host for those of you who don't know, the Ajax Stadium Op Arena or the Hagia Sophia Stadium was the host of the Conference League final last year. So, already has some European pedigree to it. You have anything else to add?
Nothing else to add.
All right. Well, on that note, my name is Pano.
I'm Dimitri, aka Juicy.
And we're out of here.